to the tiny island nation of Bahrain. What a view.
This is pretty incredible.
Cheers.
Cheers.
That uniquely designed flag.
From the fort, we took excuse me, I'm trying to film here.
Hello my friend, how are you?
Fine.
Very good, thank you. And everyone's very friendly. Bahrain football top. The football one?
Yeah.
Do you have in my size? I suppose that's not too bad.
The biryani.
Good afternoon and welcome to the tiny island nation of Bahrain. This morning we got up bright and early, jumped on the bus from Dammam, Saudi Arabia, across the bridge. So today we are leaving Saudi Arabia and this bus behind me is going to take us into the new country of Bahrain, across the causeway, the 20-kilometre bridge built in the 80s, and I think it cost around £20 each, 90 riyals, to go to Bahrain. This is probably the nicest Sapco bus or bus in Saudi in general that we've had, and it doesn't look like it's too full, so hopefully we've got 2 seats each. It's nice, it's cool, it's air-conned. $20 to head to a new country, definitely worth it. And that is it. We have just been stamped out of Saudi Arabia and not stamped in to Bahrain. They literally looked at my passport and said go through, even though we did do the e-visa online, which was around $10 before. Then they confirm it and you pay $10 afterwards. But nobody checked, looked at the passport, no stamp.
Yalla Habibi.
Welcome to Bahrain. The third smallest country in the whole of Asia, and this is an archipelago made up of 33 different islands to form the Kingdom of Bahrain. We have the next couple of days to explore as much as we can, probably the whole country. It is incredibly small and it is known as the Vegas of the Middle East. So I'm sure we're going to enjoy a beer after 1 month in Saudi Arabia. But behind me, you can see that amazing skyline. You know, they were actually the first country to find oil in the Middle East. So there's going to be some fancy buildings and a lot of beer. What a view.
This is pretty incredible. It's what I pictured, I think, when I think of like Bahrain. You do think of this surrounded by the sea. We're staying in the Jaffa area, which unbeknownst to us is the nightlife.
Oh, this is so
area.
needed after a month in Saudi. I need a beer.
It is needed, but we have also managed to time it perfectly in the case that the Formula One, the Grand Prix, is on in Bahrain starting tomorrow. So everything is like super expensive. We actually managed to get a cheap-ish hotel. It's much more than we would ever spend here.
The views are probably worth it.
But the views are pretty cool. Like, this is Bahrain.
This is actually the only place that we could find for under $100 a night during the Grand Prix, and we've done pretty well. I think it is called Diva Hotel. We've got a rooftop bar and we have the best views of the city, and that right there is the Grand Mosque, the most famous mosque in all of Bahrain, and that is what oil does. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Oh, this looks so good. This is my first beer in 1 month. I'm excited, my friend. Cheers.
Cheers.
I'm so excited.
Oh, this is like heaven in a bottle. So for 2 of these, it was 8 dinar, which I think is around
16 English pounds.
That is
expensive.
Like £8 for a bottle. But one of the things that you should do when you're here in Bahrain is definitely visit a rooftop. So we're ticking that off early, and we have a very good rooftop to
Cheers.
do
The
it.
Vegas
Cheers. Oh
of
my
the
god,
Middle
again.
East.
Cheers and again. Wait for it. Sweet taste.
1 month.
I
You sound bad, but I'm so excited. Hello. To the Bahrain Fort. Thank you. Like most of the Gulf nations in the Middle East, you're going to need to take taxis, take Ubers to get around. It is definitely not a walkable country, Bahrain, but for around the 15-minute journey, I think it cost us about £5 English, which is like 2.5 Bahraini. That is still confusing me, but we have headed to the Bahrain Fortress. Behind me is a really nice cafe on the seafront, and in front of me is the fortress dating back thousands and thousands. I will find out more. I will tell you how many thousands of years when I look at the information board.
So the information board has told us that this dates back to 2300 BC, and basically there's just loads of different layers of all of these ancient civilizations, and in the backdrop you have the sky risers with the old buildings and the
It's a
old
real
forts.
contrast.
It's a huge contrast.
It is actually free to enter the fortress, and supposedly back in the 18th century this fortress was left abandoned because they realised militarily and strategically it was no good. No one could access it by sea, so its purpose of defence was pointless, even though it had been in use for around 4,000 years at this time. And then it was left in ruin until the mid-20th century when it was restored and recently became a UNESCO World Heritage Site. And right there, that uniquely designed flag of the Kingdom of Bahrain.
From the fort, we took a, excuse me, I'm trying to film here, we took a quick taxi to Bab Al Bahrain, aka the gate to Bahrain. This is the noisier part of town. This dates back to the 1949, and all old towns kind of have a Bab, don't they?
How did you know it was 1949, Molly?
I think it says it somewhere really big so that everyone can see, but it actually leads to Manama Souk, and it actually used to house the administrative buildings here. Now it's just the gateway. I know, the bus won't be quiet, but now it's just the gateway to the souk.
So this souk actually dates back to the 17th century and is the largest souk in all of Bahrain. One thing you'll notice in the Gulf nations is their souks are the calmest souks you'll find anywhere in the world. No one's trying to haggle you, no one's trying to pull you in, and as you can see, they have everything for sale that any market in the world has for sale. You've got some traditional clothing, you've got some real Adidas, you've got some sports tops, some traditional foods, got some dolls. Hello my friend, how are you?
Fine.
Very good, thank you. And everyone's very friendly. Hello my friend.
Bahrain t-shirt?
Bahrain football top. The football one?
Yeah.
Do you have in my size?
Yeah.
I like this one, the green one.
Green one?
This one, the green football top. Do you have in my size? Thank you, I'll try it on. You have to get a football top in every country you go to, or this is like a new obsession.
We have no space in our
I have no
suitcase.
space, but this is a new obsession that I've started. If it's okay. Oh, you have this one with the
This small, medium. This is your big shape.
this one.
Yeah.
How much is this one, my friend?
60.
How much?
6.
6. Will you do for 5 right now? I'll give you 5. Okay, we're done. Got to sell 5. So that's like 10 English pounds. You need to be careful. Bahraini currency is the second strongest currency in the world. Thank you, my friend. Ah, a cow?
Yeah.
What is the colour for Bahrain? Because I have the traditional from Saudi Arabia. Oh no, this is too much. The football top is good for me.
The football top is good. Thank you very
Shukran.
much.
Thank you. This is okay, this is
Okay,
perfect. Thank you, my friend.
Bye.
Salama. I suppose that's not too bad. 5 Bahraini, so about 10 English pounds for a fake Bahrain football top. The only problem, now I'm walking around wearing this, everyone thinks I'm that tourist that wants to buy everything in the market.
Hidden within the souk is a very famous restaurant, over 70 years old, and that is where we're going to have our lunch, Haji's Cafe.
We wouldn't even have known this was here. It's in an old little alleyway,
It is
a traditional
so
building.
cute. I think the food actually comes from out there and they bring it here. Do you fancy sitting outside or inside?
Outside.
In the streets?
All day, every
Well, that was pretty chaotic. So basically, the guy comes up to you and he says, Machboos. That's all we have on the menu, which is basically like chicken biryani, which is actually the national dish of Bahrain. But you basically just get that dish.
Thank you very much, my friend.
Thank you.
Thank you. Is the Machboos good? Yeah. Biryani good?
chicken biryani.
It's very good.
Yes, chicken biryani.
Yeah, it's good. It's good.
We think it's good, but yeah, you basically just sit out here, you get the one dish. So I think if you come for breakfast, you can pick like everything. But yeah, this is the local experience.
Thank you very much.
Wow.
Looks amazing. Thank you, my friend.
Okay, thank you so much. He's bringing fresh bread. So this is the Machboos. Machboos. Wow. I wish you could smell it through here. It smells amazing. I'm not even sure if this is how you're meant to eat it, but I've got some of their fresh bread. They gave us some sauce, and I'm eating the biryani on the bread. Oh wow. My type of food. So much flavour in there, and I just love seeing them bring out all the food. They're cooking it right there. You can see why this place is famous. Thank you very much. Thank you, you too. Bye-bye.
If you'd asked me this morning what is Bahraini food, I would not have had a clue. But there you go, Machboos. Machboos, technically biryani, and all that food came to 2 Bahrainian, which is like 4 English pounds. Hello, my friend, which is really, really good. And this is actually Little India. Can you believe that they have a tiny little India here in the souk of Bahrain? You'll notice throughout the country of Bahrain, a large proportion of the population are immigrants, almost around 50%. A lot of them come in from India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, and that is why they've got their own little India here in Bahrain. This tiny little country, honestly, is full of surprises.
Funnily enough, walking down these streets, it kind of really does feel like a little India. Kind of like you're walking through the back streets of maybe like an Udaipur or something.
And every restaurant is vegetarian. Behind this door is actually the Indian temple of the area, but unfortunately on Saturdays it's closed. Hello, are you open? Is it okay to have a quick look inside? We'll be 2 minutes. 2 minutes, just quickly to have a look. It's very beautiful. I don't know if that's a yes or no.
I'm not sure. I think he's left the door open, so he might come back.
I thought he was going to let us in, and then he just blooming closed the door and never come back. We stood there for like 15 minutes, but he just locked us out and didn't come and let us in to the temple, unfortunately. But we're now walking along the main highway of the city because we wanted to check out the downtown area and the fancy skyscrapers and malls that Bahrain has become renowned for since finding oil. Well, they found oil a long time ago, but just look at buildings like this. This is the World Trade Center, and in the middle of it there are wind turbines that generate most of the electricity for the building. They're just living in the future.
Literally everyone in their cars is staring at us like, what are we doing? The road is so thin now, the pavement that we're walking on. This is probably the bad idea. And this is what we came for. Check out the view on the bay to the Four Seasons, I think it is.
Look at this. The most expensive hotel in Bahrain and the coolest shaped building.
It looks amazing. But look at this, we got the view of the sunset right out onto the bay as well.
This is unreal. It's full of loads of nice fancy restaurants one side, and then the bay and the famous Four Seasons behind it. It actually reminds me a little bit of Singapore, the way you can walk along here and you've got this immaculate skyline.
I was not expecting the watercolour to be this nice. I don't know if you can pick it up on the camera. It's like a really nice emerald, bluey, greeny colour.
I'm jealous of them. I'm jealous.
The
They've got their own little private beach just here, and then...
Wow, what a building.
What money does, eh? One day. That definitely reminded me of Singapore or Dubai. I think they're actually extending the Bay Area and building more of the mall. I presume in a few years it'll probably have a fountain, a light show, like most of these fancy countries, but we couldn't spend too long there. It's just too expensive, and we end up just looking at all the rich people shopping and going to the fancy restaurants. We're instead rushing to make sunset from apparently the best rooftop bar in all of Bahrain. Okay.
It's turned into a bit of a party at the Auto Lounge and we're the only ones that are here, but look at this, this is a pretty incredible view.
Cheers. I think we're a bit early to the F1 after party.
A tiny bit early, but it's the best way to end your day in Bahrain.
Good morning. That is definitely the best way to end your day in the capital city of Bahrain, Manama. The best rooftop views with the best sunset. A little bit expensive, to be honest. Bahrain is just expensive in general. Unless you go to local places, like we went for lunch, you're going to be spending a lot of money. This morning we got up, I got a coffee and a croissant each, and it came to around 15 English pounds, which is, it's very, very pricey. But today, being that Bahrain is an archipelago of over 33 different islands, we are heading to one of these islands to spend a day at the beach. We're currently at a local fishing pool with all these cool traditional Bahraini boats, waiting to hopefully get permission to go to probably the most unique private beach in the whole of Bahrain, being that we get to go to a different island. And I think for around 6 Bahraini, we get access to the beach and a boat trip to the island. Fingers crossed.
And it's a free food option.
Oh, thank you so much. And we are in, we have our wristband. It was actually surprisingly a smooth process. You do have to leave your passports and you have to give a copy of your visas. Now, we weren't stamped in to Bahrain, so that was weird and confusing. But nevertheless, we have our tickets, 6 Bahraini dinar per person.
Does that include the boat?
It includes the boat that
this is good
in a minute, and we even have 2 food coupons for 2 Bahraini. So this is going to be a good day.
So we are heading to the Al Dar Islands. This is definitely the best private beach to choose in Bahrain, because there's a lot of other private beaches in the big fancy hotels, in the Marriott, in the Ritz-Carlton, but they're 25 Bahraini each to enter. We're paying 6 to get a boat trip, a private beach, and a private island all to ourselves. Let's go to Al Dar. Thank you, my friend. We even had a private minivan.
We're not the only ones. There is a boat full of people ready to go to Al Dar.
And we're off to the Al Dar Islands. I'm not sure about the life jacket though. I don't look great.
And we've made it just a 10-minute speedboat ride, which was pretty cool, to Al Dar Island. I actually think that's great value. You get a boat ride, you get an island.
It doesn't look like anyone's here. It looks like we have an island
to ourselves.
This is going to be us for the day. If you told me that this is a 10-minute boat ride away from the concrete jungle of Manama, I would not have believed you. But welcome to the Al Dar Islands. You can actually pay a little bit more and go in these cabanas behind me for the day. And there's even somewhere around here, there are actually a couple of hotel rooms. That would be so cool to spend a couple of nights on this island. On our end, we've got a bar, a restaurant, and a blooming Maldives swing. This is Bahrain.
I wasn't expecting the water to be as chilly as it is, but it is very clear and very blue, and the sand is quite nice. It's a bit rocky over this way. It's better in the sea. Apparently Bahrain means the 2 seas, so I don't know which sea this is.
We're in one of the 2.
I'm getting on the sea because we're in Bahrain, as Matt said.
Is this the Maldives?
Oh my god. Whoa!
Please don't fall off. Please fall in. Please fall in.
I have a habit of falling off. Wait, why can't it? Why does, okay. Hey! Maldives, eat your heart out.
If you told me when I was coming to Bahrain that I'd be on a tiny little private island, swinging on a flipping swing, I would not have believed you, but here we are. Hello, my friend. Could I get 1 pina colada and 1 sex on the beach, please? Thank you. Oh, I like your bar. It's very nice. Pina colada or sex on the beach?
Oh, I'll take a pina colada, thank you.
Cheers.
Cheers. Look at this.
These were actually cheaper than the beers.
That's lovely. That's
It's really good.
nice. How much was it?
Less than the beers, $3.50,
That's not
You
too
know, I'm
bad.
noticing the more time we spend here, why every other person from the other Gulf nations comes to Bahrain. It's very free. I'm not sure you could literally have what this drink is, but you can do the rest. This is literally perfect. Cheers. The sun is just starting to set, and we actually realised that the coupons that they gave us earlier for food covered our whole lunch. So for 4 Bahraini we had 2 vegetable fried rice, and now we get to take in the most beautiful sunset from Dar Island. A place I've never heard of before, but now a place I don't want to leave. I feel like we should have had one more day. We should have had one more night and stayed in one of them lodges. Well, what a fantastic welcoming to Kuwait. We're getting absolutely drenched, but cheers. This is just ridiculous. They've got a globe full of glass panels.
We are 125 metres above sea level right now.
Hello, my friend.
Hello, how are you?
Salam, how are you?
Hello.
Do you want me to sit? They're feeding me. Okay, we're being fed.
Wow, thank you.
No. Whoa, whoa, whoa. We just wanted to smell. We look good? We like brothers. Habibi. Cheers.
Cheers! Ah!